Hi, I'm Leah Vincent, and I own allinclusiveweddings.com. I'm so glad you found our website. I'm going to take this opportunity to introduce you to some of our amazing team members. We're headquartered in Oklahoma City, but we have agents all across the country to be able to help you plan your destination wedding.
Hi, my name is Jessica Riediger. I am a travel agent. I've been in the industry for about 7.5 years, and I've been specializing in destination weddings for 5 years.
Hi, I'm Becky with allinclusiveweddings.com, and I have been in travel since 2017.
I'm Amber with allinclusiveweddings.com, and I have been in travel in the industry since 2016.
Hi, I'm Heather with All Inclusive Weddings, and I've been in travel since 2021.
I am Stephanie with allinclusiveweddings.com.
A little bit of history about me. I've been in travel since 2002, and I planned my own destination wedding in Puerto Vallarta in 2010. That really inspired me to really dive into the destination wedding business and really help other couples plan their wedding and know what you're looking for.
Getting started with allinclusiveweddings.com is super simple. We're going to set up an initial conversation with you. We're going to talk about all the things that you are looking for in your ceremony. And also, are you wanting children to be present, or are you looking for an adults only resort? We need to know what time of year. Other than that, we're going to walk you through all of the details and hold your hand through every step of the way.
And when you fill out the online request form, you actually get me, and I hand select which agent will best work with you and all of your requests. So make sure you put as much information as you can, and I will match you up to the perfect agent that will work with you.
Lots of couples have family and friends spread out all over the United States. And so this is an easy way for them. If most of their friends and family are going to be traveling anyway, they can travel to a tropical location, have all their food and beverages paid ahead of time at an all-inclusive resort, and they really make it a lot of guests are going to make this a vacation for either their spouse, their family, whoever's invited along with them as their plus one. And it's a great way for people to spend a little bit more time together than they would with a traditional wedding.
I think one of the biggest perks is once the couple has decided on the resort they're going to use, the venue, the wedding package, I will start working with all of their guests, making sure their guests have the perfect accommodations, any special needs, requests. The wedding couple doesn't have to worry about it at all.
My favorite part of working with wedding couples, that very first conversation we have where I get to hear all about why they're choosing a destination wedding, all about their guest needs. And what I really love is hearing their ceremony and their reception vision, because that's where I feel like I really shine as a travel agent, is helping couples pick the perfect resort, the perfect venue for their vision and their special day.
Yes, they do. The guests will pay for their flights on the way there and their hotel stay while they're there as well.
The most popular destinations are going to be in Mexico and the Caribbean. That's where the vast majority of all-inclusive resorts are. So Mexico, I would say, is probably the number one destination, but remember that Mexico isn't just Cancun. We also have Cabo. We also have Puerto Vallarta. So there's a lot of options in Mexico. After Mexico, the Dominican Republic and Jamaica are really popular. And then after that, we go to the smaller islands like St. Lucia and some of those more exotic locations.
My favorite part is definitely getting to be a part of their special day, because it's a day that they're going to remember forever. And not only do I get to work with them, but I get to work with their friends, their family, and everyone that's involved. And it's just a great feeling.
The vast majority of couples are choosing all-inclusive resorts because it makes planning for their guests so easy. Once they get on that airplane, they really don't have to spend any more money once they get into the destination. All of their food, all of their beverages while they're at the resort is taken care of. So it makes it really easy for guests to budget and have an expectation of how much they're going to need to spend while they're there.
A lot of people really like to go away for a weekend and be all together with their friends and family. And so they're not really just having that one event where it's a couple hours long, but they're actually getting the whole weekend to celebrate and enjoy, and maybe even longer than that. Sometimes people go for a little bit longer and they might go and do excursions or activities all together. And so I think it's a great time to really have some family time as well, and not just that 3 or 4 hours of your wedding where you barely get to talk to anybody, but you can spend time with everybody for the whole weekend?
That's a great question. I really see a wide range of budgets, but the most common number I hear for an average size wedding, and for me an average size wedding is anywhere between 40 and 60 guests. Most couples are expecting to spend around $12,000. That's gone up just a little recently. I used to say $10,000, but inflation is starting to affect us all a little bit. And so I'm really hearing $12,000 is the most common number from couples that I'm working with.
I would say because whenever the couple starts putting their wedding together, say in their hometown, they're having to go and find a vendor for the chairs, the floral arrangements. They're trying to find the cake, the food. But whenever you have it at an all-inclusive, everything you need is there, and the resort will actually get those vendors for you.
Couples are really flexible, and smart couples know that getting married during the week can often save them money. Guests traveling during the week on weekdays usually save a little bit on airfare, and some resorts actually offer discounts to couples who are willing to have their ceremony on, say, a Monday through a Thursday instead of a Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
We have lots of questions to help you pick the perfect resort. Some of the questions will include, do you know where you want to get married? Do you want it to be in Mexico? Do you want a Caribbean island? Or do you want a family-friendly resort or adults only? Do you want something that's upbeat? Do you have an ideal budget for your guests per person? Where are most of your guests going to be flying from? Because having good flight service to your destination wedding is really important.
Once a couple has settled on a resort, we actually are going to contract rates for them. We actually have a room block set up for them so that all of their guests are paying the same price for their room, and we have that space held out of inventory for the resort.
One of the really cool things we're talking about affordability of a destination wedding is that a lot of resorts offer the wedding complimentary. So it's like a wedding and a honeymoon all in one.
So it is possible for couples to get legally married in the destination of their choice in Mexico and the Caribbean. However, we really urge our wedding couples to do their wedding paperwork at home and do a symbolic ceremony in destination. This is going to save you a lot of hoops that you have to jump through as far as getting your paperwork back to the States and having that submitted correctly and legally. And it also saves you a little bit of money to do it at home versus doing the actual legal ceremony in destination. For the ceremony and the reception, that typically falls on the wedding couple. Now, they may have something worked out with their family where their parents are paying a certain amount or that sort of situation. But yes, the ceremony and the reception cost is going to go to the wedding couple. Guests make their own arrangements for travel to and from the destination wedding, including their room cost, which they'll book into the room block for that. So guests are paying their own travel, their own accommodations, and then the wedding couple is footing the bill for the ceremony and the reception. Absolutely, there are free destination weddings. If you're really open to what resort you'd like to work with, we do have resorts that offer a totally free wedding. You're not going to be adding a lot of things to that. So if you're happy with just a really simple beach ceremony, a really simple reception, we can absolutely make that happen for you. I think you need to do your homework, and I think you need to work with an agent that you get along with, that you are happy to work with for the next 18 months, because we're going to be working together a lot. So work with someone who's going to be with you from the very first consultation all the way until you return home. At allinclusiveweddings.com, you're going to be working with one agent throughout the entire process. I think that really sets us apart. Another thing we love to do for our wedding couples is create a website, especially for your wedding. We love to include as many photos, videos, all of that to make it personal, a welcome message from you to your guests that has all of the information your guests are going to need to make a decision about whether or not they're going to come and to book their accommodations, either on their own or with the assistance of your travel agent. The process when you want to plan a destination wedding is you're going to submit a request on our website, and an agent is going to reach out to you to set up that first phone consultation. For me, the first phone consultation is going to look like getting to know you as a couple, why you decided to have a destination wedding. I'm going to talk a lot about the process of a destination wedding, how we secure the ceremony date, how we contract the rooms. We go over the pros and cons of having that contracted room block that we talked about. And then once you settle on a resort, I'm going to help you get the date confirmed with the wedding department at the resort, and I'm going to get that room block contracted for you. After that, I set up an entire website just for your wedding that's super personal, has everything you need in order for your guests to book. And from there, you really get to move on to the fun stuff. Go get your wedding dress or your tux for the big day, start making your mood boards on Pinterest, start working with the wedding department, and do all of the fun things. In the background, I'm going to be working with all your guests to get them confirmed to get them deposited for their rooms, and answer any questions they have about the destination wedding. Once that wedding date comes up, we're sending all of your guests their travel documents, everything they need to know for the big day and for all of their travel arrangements. And then we're here for you until the moment you step back home for any questions or concerns you have along the way. Realistically, I'm seeing wedding couples have about 40%, sometimes closer to 50 or 60 of their guest list attend. So for 100 people, we can plan on 40 to 60 guests actually attending. It's helpful to know how many really close family members you have, like siblings, how many wedding attendants you're going to have, like bridesmaids and groomsmen, and that will help us get a better temperature gauge for how many people we can really expect to come.
So I hope we answered some of your questions, and I know you're going to have a lot more. So make sure you fill out our online request form, and I can't wait to match you up with one of our amazing travel agents.